Hello everyone. So today I'm going to share information on how to make a project proposal and completed project in school using the DepEd format. So first, why do we need to create a project in school? First, of course, it empowers our school. Second, it delivers an effective learning to students through proper planning. And of course, it improves our teaching and learning process by creating an innovative project. And in addition, we all know that we have different teaching methods and strategies that we used before, and it might not be effective today because the only permanent thing on earth is change. And students also evolve and they also grow. So those techniques might not be very effective. So we need to create a project because it improves the teaching and learning process. It boosts the interest of our students and, of course, other stakeholders. And most importantly, it improves the learning achievement of our students. That is why it is very important to create a project. And also, we all know that we are now in high technology revolutions. So it's really important for us to make an innovative project for our school. All right. So, what are the parts of making a project proposal and completed project in school? First, of course, you must have the name of the proponent, your name, if you are the proponent, and of course the title. The title is very important, and it must be specific, and it must be catchy. And I would suggest 15 words, not more than 15 words. So 15 words, that would be fine. And I have here some sample projects that I have already been conducted and implemented. So these projects, so this is the proper format. First is the title. I have mentioned earlier that it must be catchy and specific. Second is your rationale. In creating your rationale, it should be deductive method. It means that you need to start from a global perspective into a up down to local. Okay, and in your rationale, first to second paragraph, it would be okay if it's your personal idea. It's very important that the first to second paragraph must be your personal idea. The succeeding paragraph, it's okay to get some information in journals, in the internet, or in different citations, as long as you cite the author in your references. And of course, do not copy paste the information in the internet. It would be better if you rephrase or write down the way you understand the concept of that person, and then cite the author in your references. And in your rationale also, it's very important that you also include the legal basis. Why do you need to construct or create this project? You may include the memorandum coming from the division office or in your school, or you may also include RA 9155, which is the Governance for Basic Education Act, which strengthens our school-based management that empowers our school. And in your rationale also, you must also include your objectives and why do you want to conduct this study. Of course, what is why do you want to conduct the project, I should say, and what motivates you to conduct the project. Why did you choose this project, and how long will it take, how much will it cost. So this is the thing, and of course this is the thing that you need to include in your rationale. 1 to 2 pages, that would be enough. And of course, your plan of action. In your plan of action, it has different parts. First is the time frame. In your time frame, you have to include the date, when do you want to start, when do you want to conduct, up until monitoring of your project. For the subject, includes target clientele, coverage, the person involved, area of responsibility, team responsibilities. Target clientele, example, your students, of course, if the project is for the students. I have here some examples. Say the overall program manager, who is your assistant program manager, your training manager, your quality assured technical assistance, monitoring and evaluation associates, finance officer, logistic officer, welfare officer, secretariat, documenter. So those are examples of people involved in your project, including the responsibilities. Okay, and next is your source of fund. And next is the source of fund. And of course, the source of fund or budget should not come from MOE. It should be from donations. That is why at the end, once your project has been completed, you need to include in your appendix appendices, I should say, the memorandum of agreement, the deed of donations, and of course the deed of acceptance, and of course the monitoring and evaluation form from the evaluators. Okay, so do not forget that to include in your appendices once you have completed your project. Activities to be undertaken. So what are the activities that should be undertaken? The training matrix, and it should be in Gantt chart. And of course, your work plan and references. So once you are done with your project, um, you are done with the write-up, you have to submit it to the school heads or principal. They will be the one to evaluate your project, assess, and they will be the one to approve. So once the school head already approved your project, that's the first endorsement. You will receive a first endorsement, and the principal will endorse it to your supervisor or district supervisor if you have a district supervisor, and that will be the second endorsement. Once the district supervisor already checked your project or evaluated, he or she will forward it to the school's division superintendent for proper documentation, and that will be the third endorsement. And then it will be returned to you. Once the project is okay, it will be returned to you for implementation. And of course, once it has been implemented and completed, don't forget to include your narrative report, of course, pictorials, receipt for deliverables. That's very important if you have some expenses, of course. Of course, you have expenses. That's why you need to include also receipts. So that's narrative report, receipts, pictorials, and other documents, attendance of participants, if you have any. So those are the things that must be included once your project has been included. Once your project has been implemented, I should say. So that's all, guys, and that's how to make a project. It's very easy. I hope you can make one for your school, for the students, and for DepEd, of course. And that's very easy. Just take time. Don't make it very rush. Don't in a hurry, I should say. And all you have to do is to think of a good project that is very suited for the school and for your stakeholder. So thank you guys for listening, and bye bye for now.